It's sometimes hard. You get to training, you get to class, and you're trying to find like a training partner, and it's like, man, who do I pick? Especially if you're newer. How do I pick a training partner? Hopefully, I can give you some tips on that. Guys, my name is Bill Jones. I'm the head instructor of top level martial arts in beautiful downtown Cuyahoga Falls. You're watching Professor's Corner. I am a black belt under Master Pedro Sauer, and if you like some of this or you have some ideas or concepts that you want to share, do me a favor, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Um, so there's a few things that I look for and I recommend when having a training partner. For one, if it's day one, the instructor will probably assign you someone. But if they don't, find a new place, I guess. I don't know, because like they're not paying any attention to you already. What are they going to do when you've been there? But anyway, day one, just ask the instructor, who should I train with? What do I do? But assuming you've been there for a little bit, maybe you've been there a few months, it's easy to get into the idea of just like picking just random people. And I don't think that's always the best idea. So here's some things I think that you should really look at as you pick training partners. And following these rules, it may not necessarily end up being like your best friends. So rule number one, and this is in my mind the most important aspect when picking a training partner: pick someone who has similar goals to you. And what that means is they may not be the same size necessarily, they may not be the same gender, but if you're both there as hobbyists, you're just trying to lose some weight, have a little fun, or you're there as like you want to be a competitor, you want to work hard, you want to sweat the whole time, you want to drill, you want to get the most possible out of it. You want to have a training partner who is similar to you in that regard, preferably the same. So that's going to be the most important thing that's going to determine who your training partner is. So if you're a young athletic person that you plan on competing a lot, or you've been competing a lot, the ideal matchup for you isn't necessarily the 52-year-old accountant who's just there learning some basic self-defense and wants to just have like a fun little workout. Nothing wrong with either of those, but those two don't make a great partner set necessarily. The second thing is the type of class you're in. If you're in like a basics class, try to find a higher ranking belt. So like I'm a fan of not having the blind lead the blind. So like I don't want a new white belt training with a new white belt if they can avoid it, because if I'm on the mat and there's 50 people training and I'm working my way through, working with people, trying to show them different details and make sure to correct technique, you're bound to be like talking to each other and trying to figure things out, and you might come up with some ideas that maybe aren't on the right track. So if you're a white belt, look for a blue belt or a purple belt or a brown belt who can be your partner to help you. Number three, look for someone similar in size. That just helps with like limb lengths and stuff like that. If you're like 4'9" and you pick someone who's 6'3" to train with, and you guys end up working a Kimura from side control, good luck locking that up. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to figure out all kinds of modifications and stuff to make it work, and that's not always the best way to learn a move. So and there's of course times for that, but when you're just learning it, just understanding the mechanics of it, it's better to have someone who's close to you in size. And really, I think those are the three things that matter the most. So number one, similar goals. Just be similar people. Number two, if you're a white belt, try to find a blue belt or purple belt friend to train with, especially in fundamentals classes. Now, in like advanced classes, I think it's better. This goes back to rule number one, right? Similar goals. I think two purple belts or two blue belts should probably be working with each other in those kinds of classes, because they're more built for them than they are for the white belt. Unless I think in those classes it makes sense for white belts to be working with each other, just because they might be getting less out of it than say a purple belt will working with another purple belt who they already understand each other's reactions. And then number three, similar in size. So I hope those things help. I know that it's not a real long video or real prolific, but I've had people ask me about this in the past, and so it must be something that people worry about. So I hope you find that helpful, guys. do me a favor, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe. It really does help a lot. And ask some questions of me. Hit me up on the back end of the channel, or just put it in the comments below. Ask questions. I'm happy to answer them. I'll talk to you guys later. This is Professor's Corner.